Hello, my friends. It is I, Alphinius Goo. Yes, here at Gooey headquarters. With Camera Mandy behind the camera. Say hello, Camera Mandy.
Hello.
Yes, we are here. Camera Mandy, you know, we've been burning the proverbial midnight oil. You know this, yes?
Yes, indeed.
Yes, it's my fault. I've been getting a lot of grief around here, but it was necessary.
Some people might not even have the context for what you're talking about.
For those of you who do not have the context, so we were getting ready to drop Darkenhaven. And I was doing the final sort of looking at this stuff, and not final, because we had a lot of tweaks we were still tweaking. And I looked at it and I thought, you know, this is a magnificent work, but it doesn't have enough locations and it doesn't have enough encounters. And so over the last week, we've added about 70 pages of encounters and locations, which has made the materials a little bigger and scared Lawrence because he's now worried it's not going to fit in the box, Camera Mandy.
I mean, there's ways, like, we could take out the mini adventure.
Yes, and I think we should. Actually.
Yeah, have that be like a side, like, you know, shipped with it. So, hey, I have a question.
Yes, my dear.
So is it 70 pages of like content or is it handouts? Like
no, it's
I've seen a lot of new
artwork.
artwork.
We've added some artworks too, because if you're going to add 70 pages, you got to add some artworks in there as well. So we'll show some of that stuff today. But it really comes out in I think we're showing book 1 today. But it really comes out in books 2 and 3 because that's where the locations and the encounters are. So we added some artworks in there because we added some pages, right?
So does that mean that you're adding more to like even like the map key?
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow. I just handled the administration, guys.
Camera Mandy, I'm looking at that damn TV. I look like I got a lot of hair again.
What's up, folks? How y'all doing?
Lawrence just walks in and made a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Lawrence, so we're in the midst of something else. Don't be an annoying person right now.
Lawrence was late. So
Lawrence was late. He's coming. He's got a muscle shirt on. He's just waltzing in here. Smells like booze.
I'm here to party.
Yes. Well, we're not partying. We're talking about why we added 70 pages.
Oh my goodness.
A we? This was a we thing?
Oh, I guess I need to go fix your camera, Lawrence.
I can adjust it. You just want me to move it up a little bit?
No, I got it. I'll go.
Lawrence, you cannot come in wearing those glasses like that.
I can do whatever I want.
Have you been drinking?
No. Well, I'm not caffeinated yet for the day.
Yes, that explains.
We're working on that.
Yes, it does. Anyway, so we are going to walk through a little bit of that and talk about it. The cameraman is walking by the camera, and of course, why are you moving all the gooey cubes?
Well, because I was going to move the mic just over a little bit.
No, it's perfect. It's already set.
100%?
No, it's good to move it right next to his mouth.
Oh, shocker.
Why is it? I didn't know you did
Also,
that.
I don't know if they can see this.
Oh,
Look what I got.
Yes, look at that. The Mornwood shirt.
Also, she's the only Gooey Cube employee that decided to get a Mornwood shirt, for herself. Didn't decide to get any for us.
I know, none of us got any.
Okay, excuse me. Riley ordered this because Riley is considerate of my feelings. Thank you, Riley.
Riley ordered it because she told Riley to order it for her.
That's correct.
Riley
ordered it because he's a suck-up.
No.
That's definitely not true. Riley's
Riley thought Mandy deserves a sweatshirt.
All right, can we get back to the show because this is all chaos?
No, this is very important because these shirts, I believe, are now available
those
on the
shirts are now
website.
You can
Perfect.
get a Mornwood shirt.
Let me double check
illustrated
that.
by the magnificent Chet Minton. Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, Kenny Cameraman has to check it anyway.
I'm gonna go double check right now that it's available. Wow, we're just like on Lawrence.
All right, listen, we got a good stream today.
Yes.
We got lots of cool things going to happen. First of all, yes, you will have more opportunities to enter in to win the big map. Yes. And what's the other thing we're giving away, Cameraman? The big map and the
Tiamat.
So many
yes,
things.
the Tiamat.
Now,
yes.
we are going to be rolling the Tiamat in 2 weeks.
Why are we rolling? Who says that?
I am.
No, Cameraman, we're not rolling it in 2 weeks.
We're going to roll it in 2 weeks.
No, we're not. We're going to roll it in 4 weeks because I have a plan for the 4th week. So just stop, Cameraman.
I'm putting a deadline on it. Fine. It's 4 weeks from now. So you got 4 more chances to get entries plus the ones in the Discord. And I'm writing this down. We're putting it officially on the calendar.
And we'll roll the Cameraman. Just dropped something.
We're not going to do an endless giveaway.
We do endless giveaways all the time.
Yeah, but this one is actually happening.
I think virtually everyone who has been on this stream has won something.
1, 2, 3, 4. So like right before the 4th of July.
Cameraman, are you ornery today?
I am just
Did she show up to work today? Yes.
So that just makes her ornery?
Well,
I mean.
okay, you are.
For good purpose. It's not unprovoked.
Move the mic a little bit away from your mouth.
Yes.
Okay. There we go.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
you were totally blowing us up.
I
Yeah.
apologize for being super late, folks. Traffic on I-25 just stopped.
Don't worry about it. Let's continue with this. So we have some things to do. First of all, we're going to do a little Darkenhaven review of book 1. We're going to show you some stuff that you think you're going to like, some artworks and all that kind of stuff. Secondly, we're going to talk about this. Look at this. Yes, this is the sample of the faux leather, volume 1 of the Cyclopedia Zyathé.
There is a typo on the front cover. And to the first person who can tell us what the typo is, I don't know, what should I do for them? Send them a print? I will send a print of something cool. So, what do you think the typo is on the front cover?
I mean, is it close enough people can see it?
Yeah, that's. I think so.
Oh, yes, you should be able to see it. To be fair, people are looking for spelling errors and stuff like that. It might not be that. So I'm going to give a little help. Anyway.
Whoa. This is a fair competition. So it's not anything to do with Cyclopedia. Keep holding it up, Alphinius.
Oh, my goodness gracious. There you are, friends.
Someone says, I don't see an apostrophe, but there is one inside Weirded World. We do need to work on our kerning a little bit. So,
Tilt it up, let it catch the light just a little bit.
Is
There.
that better?
That's going to be a lot better.
so it has nothing to do with correct punctuation. So
There's chunks out of the world.
Yeah,
That's
it's the same.
intentional.
The world's falling apart.
There are gooey cubes, but that's intentional as well.
yes.
This is very subtle.
Uh-huh.
Calling it a typo is pushing the envelope.
It is
There's a design flaw. Would that
Yeah,
be it more?
sure.
It's not a design flaw. It is actually a typo. It has to do with the words.
Yes.
So there's only, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words and a number. That's all that's on the entire front book. But there is
no one has gotten it yet. I
know.
am.
Well, it's
Wow.
because we are more immersed in this than everybody else.
I know.
Yeah,
My
the amount of stuff that
goodness.
I've learned doing Darkenhaven about like letting and spacing and all this kind of stuff that I didn't know exist.
Here, let me have it. I'll put it up on my camera. I can get it closer.
People, listen.
I watched this show on my phone, dude. Get that thing as big as possible.
Listen, here's what I want you to put in right now. The Weirded World is missing the. So put hashtag.
Alphinius!
Put hashtag
Can you-
the.
There
Put
is no the.
hashtag
It was Haunted World. Well, Haunted Wolf. Shut up. Also, Alphinius, I hate it when you do that.
Did somebody get it?
Yes.
Oh, good job, Haunted Wolf.
Cheers.
If you cheat, you deprive the people of the chance of solving the mystery.
They just solved it.
Well, Haunted Wolf did, thankfully, right before you gave
Well
it away
done,
to
Haunted
everyone.
Wolf. Yes, it's the Weirded World. Yes, the
Good
Weirded
work,
World.
Haunted
Well
Wolf.
done, Haunted Wolf. You're going to win something that we don't know what it is.
This is what he did with the secret codes.
The
you
secret
know?
codes are coming. We're doing them in June. That's the next thing.
We just did 2 of them.
We're,
I'm sorry, guys. We're bickering. We're having
No.
we're having emotional
What?
issues.
I think everybody who watches Goo Morning Zyathé knows that this is a regular occurrence. Anyway,
This
this
never
book
happens.
is magnificent. And we're going to
Okay.
talk about that today. We're going to go. Do you want to do a social media first,
Yes,
Camera Mendy?
I'll do
Okay,
social
we're
media
going to do
first.
social media first.
Okay.
Here we
Lawrence,
go.
you can chirp in here.
You think he won't?
I'm not on social media.
Oh yeah, totally. Okay.
My identity is a secret.
Listen, the den is magnificent, and y'all have been putting up some wonderful things. You know, just hilarious, interesting, creative, and I love it. I cannot tell you how.
Sorry, I'm looking for my social media first.
It's a low budget production.
production,
For anyone
yes.
who's new watching this, yes,
There's a Facebook page called the Gooey Game Masters Den of Enlightenment.
Okay.
She has to take screenshots. though.
Okay.
Otherwise, James
all right,
Jackson's.
cameraman.
There we
You
go.
said okay like 7 times.
Yes. I want to first very much give out a shout out to Sheehan.
That was cool.
Oh yes.
So
this is
yeah. So next to Alphinius's head, which here, we'll cut over there later. Sheehan's wife, I believe, is the one who makes these incredible. What would you call them? Light catchers.
That was handmade?
Yes.
Sun catchers.
Oh,
light
dang.
catchers.
So yeah, and they have it's called something to midnight. Oh my god, I can't remember the name.
It's okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Just look up Sheehan's posts in the Gooey
Yes.
Game Masters of Enlightenment. Like genuinely, really incredible quality. Sheehan brought us 2 last year to Gen Con, and my husband accidentally threw one into the washing machine. It was still wrapped in bubble wrap.
It was
So
a major faux pas.
yes,
Cameraman.
I mean, he was trying to be helpful, but it seriously, the quality was amazing. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened to it after
yes,
we thrown it in the washing machine.
It was
which is
amazing.
excellent
amazing
quality.
quality.
Thank you.
The
Stacey-
endurance that will last.
Okay, Stacey says 10 to midnight.
There it
Studios.
is, 10 to midnight. That's correct.
Yes, and a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work. So if you want to support someone local and someone gooey, and genuinely, like, I would not talk about the quality of this if I genuinely did not think it was
See,
worth
Camera Mandy, if we just had our community store, we could do all this stuff. Right?
Okay, but that is like on the list, but the list is like 1,000 things deep. So
That's a bit of an exaggeration.
let me get through.
Camera Mandy's list is 100% 1,000 things, dude. I will defend her on this aspect.
Thank you, Lauren. Okay.
All right, let's go. Let's go. It's wonderful. Wonderful.
Yes. Next up, also another local community
Solid.
person that you could support is Harry Coit of
Harry's Minis.
Yes, and this is a like crazy mini
Stitchy, right?
Stitchy.
with the
Stitchy.
yeah
It's an
from
apostrophe.
Crovenloft.
From
This is going to be
Crovenloft,
part of the
yes.
Guys and Gax.
Uh-huh.
thing.
Yes.
So anyway, but great work, and I love the scale.
Oh,
so
yes.
So Harry's
It's
3D
gross.
sculpting. Go find him on My Mini Factory under Harry's 3D sculpting, and like he has a like monthly subscription that's very
It's like $1
inexpensive.
or
I know
$3
it's
or
very
$2 or something.
inexpensive, and you can support his art, or you could just go buy STLs, for things, or buy minis and all that good stuff.
Yeah, do all that stuff.
Okay, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm talking a lot.
You are.
Okay, well,
Did you take your Ritalin this morning?
I'm
That was a good
glaring.
line. Oh yes, Keith.
Yes.
Keith is the only person that I know of, except for a couple of Gooey crew members, who actually has 2 portraits.
And they're both in Darkenhaven.
Yes, but we are not telling anybody there's any relation.
Oh no, they do totally separate things. I believe the Grey Azon is part of the military section, right?
I thought yes,
And he like does espionage and yeah,
that's the Sarth.
yes.
Is on the door.
Part of like kind of I thought he was part of like a
But
sort
I
of
thought he
military
was in
faction.
the Gloom port.
I think he's in Darkenhaven. I'm pretty positive.
Lawrence, you know
I
what you
actually, so I know he's 100% know he's not a part of the espionage section. I actually want to say that he's actually.
I can just look it up.
mean. It's not. This is what. We
Now the
call
other
it.
guy though, I know because he's with the I can't pronounce any
Jolly.
of this.
Jolly,
Yeah, he's
yes.
Jolly. And he's tied to the Poly Ohana.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
Those guys. I've read that thing like 100 times. It's actually a really cool setup.
Jen, have a good morning. We'll see you later.
Is Jen leaving?
Yeah, she got to run.
Bye, Jen.
Okay, next up, we have
Yep.
Michelle. So we sent Michelle a little box of gooey love, not shenanigans, because Michelle is just an incredible supporter of us, and we talked about this on the show a
Yes.
few weeks ago, and Michelle also is going through a little bit of a rough time, but we're happy to send her some special gifts from Gooey Cube, including this hat that I made myself.
Camera Mandy made a hat.
Yes, a mushroom hat
It's very magical.
with a, yes. So anyway, we love you, Michelle.
Big love, Michelle.
Yeah. Okay. Next up. Okay, this video,
How come you didn't grab the video?
because I can't just like grab it. I could show I could show it like through, hold on.
Because it'd be hard.
Here.
That's the short answer.
Hold on. I can do this. I can
I
show
mean,
it.
This is classic. I mean, this was really, really good work. I think Marcus did this, even though it says anonymous.
I think it has to
could have been.
be.
It could have been Patrick.
I think it has to be one of those AI, like you can.
No, it's
or
a
CapCut.
It's a CapCut
Yeah.
meme template.
Yes.
So let me see.
It's a CapCut meme
Here we go.
template.
I can show it here.
Yes, CapCut meme template.
Oops. Hold on. There we go.
All right, there it
James, do
goes.
not message her.
Yeah, no messaging, James. Here's President Biden. Yes.
Releasing the
Pulling
dare of
forth
Darkenhaven.
Escargot. Yes, magnificent. Yes, the whole crowd goes wild. Yes.
So anyway, just brilliant, just fun.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I have just a couple more
All right,
little
just
things.
let's come on, cameraman. We
I
got
know. I'm moving
blank
back to it.
screen right now.
Okay, on the subject of escargot, I think officially.
Haven't we showed these damn shoes before?
Yes, we have. They get posted every once in a
Yeah,
while.
Rosa.
Who just tried to message me? I cut away just as it happened. Hold on, let me see. David Stormer, Darkenhaven is arm day. Darkenhaven is arm day because of the weights.
Because of the weights.
Yes.
David, when you see David Stormhand in the Darkenhaven box, you will know that you have a nod. Yes. And many of you might find that you have a nod somewhere. In fact, if you're going through the books and you look and you read something and it sounds suspiciously like your real name or something like that, you might have gotten a nod.
I actually got Patrick Kenny in there in one of the locations I wrote up.
Yes, that troublemaker. I will scratch it out.
Anyway, I think you said in this post that these are officially going to become a magic item.
No, they need to be magic item in Gloomport. So we can't forget this now. We cannot forget this. They allow you to go up walls and vertical surfaces, but you have to move at
they quarter your movement speed. I committed the classic blunder where I came in to come and hang out with Alphinius and I didn't bring my notebook with me.
That's the classic. That's one of the classic blunders.
It's one of the classic blunders. I've told myself I will never let it happen, and sure enough, here I am, not
one
prepared.
One is never to get in a lamb or an Avia. All right, keep going, cameraman.
All right, this last one.
Oh,
so Nate Sims did an unboxing book for the Mornwood and Blood for the Con. But I also want to say...
And Nate does some great videos.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. Like all of his Gamescom stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, posts really great stuff. And he's a great game master.
You should give him a follow and a subscribe if you haven't.
Yes. But I also want to talk about a little faux pas we had with our special editions.
A faux pas?
Yes, because we're reshipping some stuff.
Oh.
Would you like me to?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll switch to Lawrence so he can see his face.
Yes,
you don't have to. There's nothing important there.
The poor guys. Well, you're trying to be Top Gun.
First of all, I am Top Gun. That's besides the point. Second of all, I think we should just do a ventriloquist thing where I just talk and Alphinius just like goes through and moves his mouth and we just overlay it. It'd probably just work out better. All right, folks. So the essential faux pas is our printer has been absolutely slammed and overwhelmed. They've been working with us and they've been doing everything that they can to get us the product that we need. We've been helping them out too. A lot of times they give us the product like fully assembled. We've been like, hey, just get us the pieces. We'll assemble them here. That's where you see me like up to 2 a.m. assembling stuff and whatnot. But
at his choice, we are not, by the way, asking him to stay till 2 a.m. I do want to make that clear.
I actually yell at him for doing it.
Yes, actively, so... that is not our choice. He says it's good for his mental health.
I mean, also, it's just there's work to be done. And I just got retired from the military where sleep was an option. So it's just like, you guys have to like, let me adjust to civilian life a little bit and being able to like sleep.
I just want to make sure that everyone knows that we're not
anybody who thinks that Alphinius or cameraman have any control over my choices, like sadly mistaken. I just do what I want.
Oh my god.
So
I'm about to write him up, cameraman.
Yeah.
Oh no, write me up. That sounds like the worst.
Let us continue. Keep on the topic.
All right, so basically, we got all the limited editions in. We got those signed. We didn't have the Mornwood standard editions in, and we had to go through and do a quick modification to the Blood for the Cons. As Andy Grover thankfully pointed out at Genghis Khan, they were originally missing a map. None of the ones that got sent out were missing a map. We fixed that, but assembling them just meant it took a lot more time. We didn't want you guys to wait, so we went through and we sent out your guys' limited editions ahead of time. Your standard editions are going to be being sent out over the next 2 weeks. So,
all right. So if you didn't get a standard edition, but you did that pledge to get the standard edition, it is coming.
Yep.
But we wanted you to get your limited editions because they were done. So, and we had to fix a problem, which we fixed. Andrew Grover has pointed out 2 major problems, and I'm proud of him.
Well, I am proud of Andrew just because he's amazing.
He is amazing.
General. Also, people are starting to turn on me. Ben says, we know Alphinius has no control. Cameron Mandy, however, is much more subtle with her abuse of power. I just want to be very clear that I have very
Lawrence,
little power.
this is true.
No.
This is what we have experienced. This is anyway. Let us continue.
You're so harsh.
All right, what's next, Camera Mandy? Or are you just going to stay on Lawrence's bicep the entire time?
I was going to change it. I'm all over the place. Hold on.
Oh God.
Now
I'm just trying to get. I'm trying to give the people what they want.
Okay. I am going to show a little preview of Darkenhaven.
Oh yes, this is magnificent, and Jen's and Casey. So we should tell them why Jen's and Casey are on here in particular, because there's a lot of people who made Darkenhaven special.
Well, just to be clear, the full video has
multiple people.
Jen's, Casey, AJ. You will be interviewed for it when you have any kind of time. And
next year.
So basically, this is a preview of. A preview. This is like a teaser trailer of a full preview that we're about to do for Darkenhaven. And
Where is the box, by the way? The big heavy box.
it's in my office.
Lawrence, would you grab it? Lawrence got this.
Yeah. I know he's the only one who can lift it because
He
it's
is
10
because of those
pounds.
biceps.
It's a legitimate concern I have for at Gen Con, having people carrying around 10-pound boxes all day. We're trying to figure it out.
We'll offer shipping, I guess. So anyway, so yeah, Jens and Casey did especially Jens did a ton.
Yes, Jens was the
Leader.
linchpin, the
Yes.
leader of the whole thing, and then Casey wrangled a lot of cats, as Jens noted in his dedication, because Casey was helping keep people on task and all of that stuff, while Jens was really crafting a lot of lore, based on a lot of notes and stuff that we talked about, and trying to fit it all together and doing all that stuff. Anyway, it's great. It's a great little video, and it's going to be great in its long form too.
Okay.
Ooh, almost gave me a hernia.
Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and run this. So I'm gonna mute us for a second, and we'll be back in a moment.
Darkenhaven is like a melting pot.
GMs and players could get hours and hours of story out of this.
Is a whole new type of thing. A regional city box that contains everything that you need in order to play in a large-scale city.
It is a giant resource for GMs to be able to help players have a experience in a fantasy city.
Very nice little video cameraman. Dave.
Well, Bryce did a lot of that.
Oh, well done,
just to
Bryce.
be clear.
Bryce is helping us out around
Can we
here.
just figure out like the video department of Gooey Cube, and just that way we just thank both of them or something? Can you come up with a name for your department, please, Mandy?
Thank the vid
It's
heads.
the multimedia.
The multimedia department.
Thank
of
you,
Gooey
Yes.
Cube.
multimedia
You know, the
department.
Darkenhaven multimedia
Yes,
department of
we
Gooey Cube.
appreciate you all.
So yeah, there's going to be a full preview where once we actually get everything printed, we're going to shoot all of the beautiful materials. It's gonna look really
It will
good.
be a 4-hour-long video.
Yes, going through how to actually run this stuff.
Now, can I
So-
point something out before you start real quick,
Yeah,
Alphinius?
yeah, sure.
Okay, obviously the audience can't see how heavy the box is. They see it's a large box. However, if you put your hands underneath the box, you guys see how that flap on the side wants to pop out?
Yeah, it's at the edge right now.
That's because it is full, and we have another 40 pages we need to figure out how to fit in it.
I thought it was 70 pages.
it's about 70 total, I think.
There's 30 extra.
We've already put 30 in.
Oh,
Originally, when Alphinius said we're adding some stuff, he's like, oh, it's only going to be 20 to 30 pages. And I was like, okay, let me mock this up, make sure it's going to fit in the box. And then over the days, that number has slowly changed to 40 to 50, and now we're at 50 to 70.
Well, and we've had a couple of our artists have been battling it and doing some cool things, and we got some new artworks. But anyway, this is a mock-up of the box. The box is, of course, magnificent and super thick, but we wanted to try to make sure we could have everything fit. The likely scenario, if we can't fit it, is we will take out the Deepest Fear, which is the little mini adventure that goes in there, and then just ship it along with it. It won't actually go into the box, which will be fine. But anyway, those of you who got this cameraman, what was it? If you got it in the Kickstarter, was it $100?
no, it was 70 or maybe 60.
No, it wasn't.
In the original
The
Kickstarter?
original Kickstarter.
Yes.
I think it was.
I can pull it up, but it was.
I think it was $100.
I will research this.
In
that
any
way.
case,
Yeah.
whatever you paid for it, the value of values.
We are going to be raising the price, so if you want it, get it now,
Get it now.
and get it or through the through the
Either
current.
get it through the Kickstarter as an add-on and add to the stretch goals, or get it as a pre-order on the website right now. Do one of those two things, because you add to the stretch goals if you do it on the Kickstarter, obviously. But it's probably going to end up being it has to be close to $150. That's what we think in terms of because of the cost of everything that's in here. So,
Okay, so if you got how it worked on the Kickstarter is that if you were silver, gold, or platinum, it was $99.
there you go.
However, if you were it was $50. No,
Our first Kickstarter was so crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So, sorry. So it was either $99 or $93,
Correct.
and then the digitals were $50.
Yeah, it was a deal. It's a deal. of
And now
century.
the digitals have gone up to $95.
They
If
have
you
to
want
be,
just the
yes.
digital.
But right now, as a pre-order for $120, or as an add-on for $120, it's still a tremendous value. And of course, you'll get it. So I think you're going to be astounded. I think, as I've told you many times, I want this to be, of course, combined with the Gloomport, to be considered one of the greatest fantasy cities ever made. I think it will be. And I want to tell you also that, and Lawrence, this is the truth, right? Cameraman, can you put Lawrence and I on the screen at the same time or no?
I can, but
Okay.
I have some questions from the chat.
Oh, yeah, please do.
Will contributors get one copy, or do they have to buy their own? And for those of us who have
Oh,
a
yes,
portrait,
contributors, I love you all very, very much. We will send you something for your contribution.
we have a map. So basically, we have a series, like depending on how much you contributed to it, you get either a full set of maps, like really nice maps, the ones that are printed on the nice poster or printer paper.
Well, there was contributing authors.
Yes.
And there was contributors.
Yes.
Contributors get a print.
I already sent all the
Yes.
contributors out.
Yes,
their
contributors
stuff.
get a
Yeah.
print. Contributing authors are getting a little bit more.
Yes.
So based on your contributions, you're going to get something pretty nice. You'll see when it comes in. So, but no, we cannot afford. There's just no way we could afford to send out all of these for nothing to folks, even though we love the contributions. But we do reward all of our contributors and our contributing authors. And of course, if you're a true contributing author and you're doing a lot of work, we pay you. So that goes without saying. We are not those people who go out and say, "Hey, just do this for us, and we'll announce your name on some show somewhere." In any case, so what I was saying is that we want this to be considered one of the greatest fantasy cities ever, but we also want it usable. I know it feels big, and when you open it up, you're going to be like, "Holy moly, there's a lot of stuff in there." But I really believe it's usable. I believe it's very usable. The lore book is really for home reading, right? Here, Lawrence, I'll hand this to you. You can work out with it while we're talking about it. The lore book is so. This is not the screenshots I grabbed, Camera Mendy.
That's
Really?
book 2.
That says book 2.
Well, that was in your thing that you sent me.
Oh, was it? Okay,
Yeah.
well then we'll do book 2 because that's what
Book 2 is better. anyways.
Kaya wants everybody to do book 2.
No,
first.
I mean this is like is this book 2 or is this book 1?
No,
That's book 2.
That's book 2.
Oh, so you grabbed the screenshots out of book 2.
Yes, I must have. No problem, because Kaya wants everybody to read book 2 first anyway.
Okay.
So I disagree with Kaya because I'm a lore junkie. I love lore. I would read the lore book first, get all of the background of all that. But we'll do book 1 first. So I just want you to get a feel for it. So it opens up with a marvelous foreword from Master Elengard of the city, and you learn a little bit about the Bank of the Republic and the crafting of monies and all of this kind of stuff. And then what we do is we take you through section by section in each one of the locations. But we begin with a guide to the maps. And so you'll get a good idea about how the maps work. And, oh yes, this is reminding me. So I play Age of Origins Zombies. You know about this? Age of Origins
Oh
Zombies.
my goodness.
And soon there's going to be a big zombie war and a purge. And if I don't shield my city, I'm going to get destroyed.
Okay,
But I
let's
don't
Do
have
you
to do
guys
it yet.
remember like 20 minutes ago when Alphinius is like, "Come on, Mandy, get back on topic. We need to focus up right now." And at the very start of the stream, when he's just like, "Okay, we're going to cover these 30 different aspects
Okay.
of Gooey Cube
I'm
in
gonna
an hour."
I'm going to say something. I am glad that you play this game because everyone needs that thing to unwind
An
a little
unwinder.
bit. Yes, and so I think that you playing the zombie game, and I think it's really sweet
Well, thank you,
because
Karen.
I know you
But let's
right,
get back on topic.
you aren't sleeping very much right
I'm
now.
not sleeping very much. Yes.
So,
Yeah, so just so everyone knows, I definitely am not one who asks a lot of people to do a lot of stuff and don't step up on my own right. So last week, as we got into this change, right, which is a lot of work, and I want you to know something. We're not just going to junk in a bunch of encounters, right, Lawrence? We're not going to just look this way because that's better. We're not junking in a bunch of encounters. We're not going to. We're going to put in good stuff. And
I'm actually super proud of the team for what we were able to produce out this week, and then
Indeed, my
we're doing a
friend,
really
indeed.
good job of communicating. And again, for me, I actually helped write. Writing is not my strong suit, and so Carrie and AJ were able to really do a great job double checking me on stuff and helping give me guidance. I'm really looking forward to like having them more involved and being able to just help guide stuff because they're just so amazing.
Yeah, no, and obviously Stephen working hard with the help of Stephen, right?
Mhm.
And people proofreading on the side, and and all of this stuff. So anyway, so we have a guide to the maps. Now, the wonderful thing about the box set is you're going to get the wonderful big poster maps, 6 of them, which you can give to the players. All color, all magnificent, and no numbers. So they have to number their own.
You can also buy, because these are the paper maps that fold.
Correct.
We also have a really great mouse pad available
Correct.
up on the gooeycube.com/merch. And even better, we now have a little Mornwood map that could be an extension of that one.
Yeah, so you can put it on.
Yeah, so if you want like more durable fabric that doesn't fold, you can also get it as a blanket.
You can also get it as an enormous printout that you can put on your wall.
Yeah,
well.
that too.
So,
well, we're working on that's not available yet, just to be clear. That's been in the work for like 6 months.
But I have Ms. Goo's permission, and Darkenhaven is going to go on my wall at home.
Oh,
So I'm very excited
you got to get
about
it.
that.
You got to get it
Yeah,
framed.
you got to get it framed and all of that stuff. Anyway, so you get that, but what you get as a game master is you get each one of those 17 by 22 maps broken down into 4 8.5 by 11 sections that you can then put into sheet protectors and store them, and they have all the codes, all of the notes, and they're coded based on basically each ward of the city, okay, which we're going to talk about here in a minute.
Haunted Wolf, I can confirm that Lawrence is a zombie.
Lawrence is
That
close.
I'm a zombie?
He's right on zombie.
Yeah.
He's right in zombie level.
Yep.
It's
Can
okay.
confirm.
It's okay. There's lots of nice zombies in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
I've known a few.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's continue, camera Mindy.
Keep going. Okay, next slide.
Yes. So Bayweather, we go in order for each one of the wards. This is Bayweather,
Mhm.
and what's wonderful about this box set, of course, is as you go through the books, as you go through the portraits, you're going to see a lot of your Gooey friends, a lot of our Gooey friends. So here's Matthias Elkart, who is actually has this essay that's here that speaks about Bayweather, and so you get this marvelous section that talks all about the area, has location information, people who are associated with those locations.
It helps get you in the right mindset.
Absolutely.
So that way, once you start going through Bayweather, you already have this vision in your mind for what it's supposed to look like, and it's just going to help. It's going to really help you as a GM be able to help communicate a lot of this, describe a lot of this to your players.
Absolutely, Lawrence. I should be looking up like this actually when I'm talking to you, right, camera Mandy? That would be really good camera work.
No, you're fine. Just speaking straightforward.
So anyway, so Bayweather's the first section, and that's 10 pages, something like that, with Bayweather, which with a little bit of background and all of that stuff, because much of the lore of the city is in book 1, of course. So this is really all about the locations and what's going on in each one of the areas, organizations and those kinds of things. So then we move to Boogerton, which is also called the Boog, right?
There's Hans.
And Hans is there.
Hans
yes,
is in the chat.
Blade Zoos is present here.
What's up, gangster?
A tour of the Boog is right there, and I love Boogerton because of all of the tension that is within this ward, where unfortunately people are a little put upon. Right, this is a lot of blood touch find their way to Boogerton because they're not little people are prejudiced against them in other parts of the world, much less so in Darkenhaven than other places, but there is still some prejudice. Poor people are there, and it has got crime and the Oath of Blood Syndicate and all of that stuff, and so it gives you a wonderful place to adventure, but also a place to do good deeds, which I love.
I'm gonna say hello to Mazinga Gogo, who said "Goo Morning" from Indianapolis.
Goo Morning from Indianapolis, Mazinga.
We're
Mazinga?
looking forward to seeing you hopefully at Gen Con in
Very
2
soon.
months.
Very
Yeah.
For the Boog, I will give you 3 words, and that is
The Boog?
Yeah,
Yeah, the Boog. That's what everybody calls it.
I love it.
Going to the Boog.
Escape New York.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of that feel to it. Yes.
It is.
And then the next section is Cobbleston. And then here you'll learn about Black Eagle Hold, which Kaimanora, of course, and Tamer, which is more of our Gooey friends who are part of this. That was a contribution that was made, and we are excited to have Black Eagle Hold in Cobbleston. And we love Cobbleston. It's a wonderful...
It's actually my second favorite lore
Oh.
for award.
Because of the Cobbs.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Cobbs are great. But let me ask you a question now.
Mhm.
What's your favorite one?
Oh, so Carrie, AJ, and I had this discussion at one point when we needed to take a break, and we're like, hey, if you were gonna have to live in one ward in Darkenhaven, where would it be? My choice is Fishertown.
Ha! I did that ahead of time because I knew your answer.
Oh, camera Mandy,
I-
excellent cut
I
right
had
there.
one-
Very, very
but
good.
then I had
we
to
did
cl-
not plan
Then
that
I had
ahead
to
of
then I
time.
had to shout that out because we're such a low budget production that when I do something right, it needs to be
It needs to be
acknowledged.
acknowledged. Well, speaking of low budget productions, if you note here, I was taking, that's why some of the pictures are a little pixelated because I was doing this off of my computer, and I didn't have time to do PDFs. And of course, Eliza's signature is I didn't have the font.
Oh, it is just very
She has a terrible signature.
What do you mean terrible? That's amazing.
Eliza.
I wish my handwriting looked like computer prints.
Anyway, Fishertown is magnificent. It's outside the walls, of course, and it's it's on the fishing in the bay and the fishing out in the sea, right, is all from the Gloomport. But the river, the Mistroon, is rife with all manner of wonderful fish, fishes, all kinds of eels and wonderful trout, and many, many others that are in there that are caught by the Fishertown people, because some people prefer the freshwater fish to the saltwater fish. And so Fishertown grew up around out there. And tell us a little bit about it. What do you think, Lawrence?
So, I mean, for me, anytime I approach this stuff, I'm like trying to think like realistically, like there's no way I'm gonna be able to afford to live in Highgarden or Bayweather. So I'm like, okay, what's the chance? And then Fishertown, I feel like just it ends up having a lot of the lore behind it. It has a really, really close knit community. There's a lot of times where the Fishertown people kind of feel like it's kind of like them, and then there's everybody else. I actually got to write 4 locations for Fishertown, and I was really glad. I'm pretty sure I haven't confirmed this with Jens, but the Green Plumes, I'm pretty sure, are a military organization in Darkenhaven that I think is a reference to Green Berets. And so I actually ended up writing a tavern that's like a military tavern for there.
I love
For the Green
that.
Plumes. I actually did a post office, which has a marvelous little secret in it, which I was really proud of. Because like for me, writing and like just making sure that like punctuation makes it in there was a huge accomplishment. So the fact that there was like a secret in there, I was like, yeah. And Carrie's like, oh, very good job, Lawrence. Like, but
Yes, and there is, you can send post, right? You don't have to always, you want to send something to Fishertown or you want to send something across the city. There is a little post group, right? That you pay and they take care of it and all that kind of stuff, which I love, right? Because it's cool. You get missives and all that kind
This
of
is
stuff.
a great question.
Yes.
Do we have some sea shanties in Fishertown?
oh my gosh. Okay, so
Wow, that was very loud.
I was supposed to write like, I don't know, 15 NSREs yesterday. I got 1. However, this NSRE is it's a tavern song NSRE where I've built it out where here's a little peek behind because I'm really proud of it because it turned out really good. Essentially, you walk into the tavern, the whole entire tavern singing a shanty, and then they go through and they point to one of the NPCs, and the NPC has to come up with a verse on the spot. Then the whole thing breaks into another chorus of it. Well, then they point to the group and that to go through and have them sing a thing on the spot. And I go through and I put them like, hey, there's some players that are good, they're amazing, they're gonna be able to come up with a stanza right on the spot, give them a Gooey reward. However, if your players aren't quite into that, there's actually a table that you can go through and have 4 players roll through, and there's a generation for their own verse to sing. And then at the very end, what I put in there, I'm like, hey, if the players don't come up with it, the entire tavern has kind of like a funny stanza where they say, well, these people need to go back out and keep adventuring so that way they can come up with a sea shanty and come on back kind of thing. It's a really fun thing. So yes, there is a sea shanty.
It's really cool.
It's a
I
really
read
fun
it yesterday, Lawrence. So
I was really proud of
I
it.
read it yesterday. It's very, very fun little. And again, this is, for me,
People are applauding you in the chat.
So
We're-
for me
we're adding to
and
this.
for all of you who game master, right, who are investing your money into things that you want to make your table better, right? It's very important to me personally and to all of us as the Goo crew to make material that is at least on par with some of the best, at least if not the best. And that was the genesis of why everything was wonderful, Lawrence. We had, as you know, we had so much depth and richness. We have all these organizations. We have interesting people and characters and all of this stuff. And I just got to the location sections and I got to the encounter sections and I just felt they were thin. And I've got to say that the team has been awesome. We have come up with a lot of really additional, interesting, fun things that are going on and interesting additional locations to adventure in. And how old Theoden said, "I can go to my fathers without not now being ashamed. I go to the halls of my fathers without not. Now I can put out Darkenhaven without not now.
Why
being ashamed."
are we getting depressing here?
I didn't mean
It's
to be.
not depressing.
It was
He's saying it's really
awesome.
proud.
Yes, he
I
was
know,
incredibly
but-
proud. Anyway, Fishertown is next.
I will say,
Fishertown-
I do want to caveat off something. I actually have a lot of respect for Alphinius. There's a lot of times me and Cameron Andy rag on him. He's our godfather. He does some weird and kooky stuff, but I really, really gained an appreciation over the last 2 weeks of his ability to go over, step back, take a look at the full mural. Because sometimes it's hard when you first start developing a book and trying to figure out, I'm sure when you started Darkenhaven, you weren't able to say, oh, you know what, I want 106 portraits. I want this many NSREs. I want this. It's kind of one of these things where you have to develop it. You have to see what it looks like at the end. And I really appreciated the, hey, you know what, where we're at, while it is good and while the team has done an amazing job, it still looks incomplete. And so we're going to take the work to go through and push it through. And I actually really, that was something for me that was kind of like a humbling moment to be able to be like, wow, Alphinius, like really, when it comes to the design of some of these materials, being able to say, you know what, we need to give more to the game master. That's something that I really was just like, that's something that I hope to develop in one.
Well, thank you, Lawrence. For me, I want people to get this box. This is in many ways one of our opuses. I know we will do other opuses, but this is one of our opuses. I want people to get this box and get that Gloomport box and be like, holy moly, I've never seen anything like it, because I think that they will. Mm-hmm. And of course, it's not just, it's all of the factors, right? It's the design, right? It's not just a bunch of pages, right? It's pages that are laid out with some care, right? With these little essays, things that break up, unexpected things that make it enjoyable to read, enjoyable to engage with. And I just want to say, if old Alphinius hadn't said, let's do this, we wouldn't have your little sea shanty thing. Right, Cameramandy?
I just do the administrative work. So if you don't like it, it's not my fault.
All right. So Fishertown is magnificent. It's outside the walls. It's right near the quarry. The quarry has weird things going on inside of it because people have dug too deep. They always dig too deep.
It also gives you access to the Mornwood too.
Oh, of course.
Oh, that's
Absolutely.
cool.
Right across the river.
I love this.
Right across the river. And again, the whole thing, the plan has come together so well. And of course, once Gloomport is completed, we'll have the Gloomport and all of the underground stuff that's going on there. We'll have the city and all of the above ground stuff that's going on there. And then right across the river is this magnificent wilderness, right? So you don't have to travel away from the city to have wilderness encounters, right? It has come together so spectacularly. And I just can't wait over the next decade as more and more people play their campaigns, run the city, run the Gloomport, go into the dungeons, go out into the Mornwood, all of this stuff. I just can't wait to hear the tales. It's magnificent. I'm sorry, I wax poetic. So then we have Colosseum, the Colosseum district, which is magnificent. This is a wonderful little essay that you will love. And of course, the Colosseum is a big deal in Darkenhaven because they have all kinds of, challenges, right? Martial combats, races, all of this stuff. But of course, they also have the Kick-Up League there, which Carrie is very proud of, that Kick-Up is her game. Now, she's from England, so soccer is a big deal. So feet were involved, right?
Gosh. You're just going to rag on them like that?
So feet were involved. Well, our football is different here in the city.
How did you switch that up? You're like, she's from England. Soccer's a big deal there. Football's important to us, too. Yeah, flip those around.
Anyway, Kick-Up is cool. We have these wonderful names of all of these marvelous teams. And apparently there's Kick-Up teams in other cities, and they travel. And so it's fun. It's very, very much fun.
It's not like that lame one over in Italy, too. Like, this one's like the good one.
Oh my God. And this is why Lawrence will be a guest on the show every once in a while.
And then the God's Ward, and of course, the God's Gate, which is wonderful. And wait till you read this little essay about an unexpected savior, and it's very, very intriguing. And of course, some of the arts you're seeing in here are by our marvelous Edvard. And Edvard has done a lot of maps for us as well. And he has loved being able to do both because he gets to bring it to life. Isn't that pretty, Lawrence? It's just,
I don't know how. I've watched Gooey Morning Zyathé mostly just to see what you're signing me up for, but I've never heard you reference the most interesting thing about God's Word, and that's the secret entrance to Gloomport.
Oh, yeah, no, I never talked about it. I guess you'll have to find out about it.
Because it's a secret, Lawrence.
Yeah, I can't be giving out
it's a secret clearly listed in the GM location. It's actually a dash. You actually don't know. It's pretty fun. But
Well, there's a number of sneaky ways into Gloomport from Darkenhaven. We know this, right?
it's like that's in God's word.
Right,
I
and
think that's the fun part.
are there 3 Trawless entrances? Is that correct? There's 2 little ones and then the big one in Midtown, right?
So so the big one in Midtown, 100%. And then what's interesting is that we've left room for the GM to be able to we haven't over customized this to the point where if you haven't fully studied it.
And we don't want to, right? We want to give people room. Keep going.
But I did find one of those entrances. I was like, oh, there's an entrance on the map there. What?
Yes, so if we have not referenced those, we need to check that and make sure. But I believe there's 2 additional Trawless entrances, and they're small Trawlesses.
Mm-hmm.
They're for people to travel, right? So everyone doesn't have to go to Midtown to then catch the main Trawless down. And remember, the main Trawless goes down, but it's not just the Trawless, because on either side there are walkways. So if you don't want to take the Trawless and pay the fee, you can walk down or
Gosh,
ride,
that sounds like
ride
the
down.
worst.
Well, yeah, you're doggone right. That's a heck of a walk. It's a incline. Yeah, we have the incline here in Colorado. They have the incline there in Darkenhaven. All right, let's continue, cameraman. So Governor's Isle, and of course there's magnificent Benai Lolden, which is Jen's character.
Oh, go ahead and say his full name for us.
I'm not saying his full name. I can't even say his full name. If Jens is in the chat, you can type in your damn full name.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
out of
this
control.
name is ridiculous.
I mean, I don't want to
Alphinius,
add.
the king of complicated words, was still dwarfed by what Jen's put as a name for this.
This is how I personally feel. And I don't want to add anything to your workload, and you don't have to do this. But on the character cards, I would really love it if every single person had a very pronounceable nickname. So that way you didn't have to remember.
Everyone, we're so excited to be show you guys Darkenhaven release 2027.
This guy's name would be like Ben.
Lodholm, but his name is Benny.
Hey Ben, yeah, exactly.
106 portraits, people.
No, I think we're adding.
Camera Mandy, here's the deal.
Because Corey has to go in there for Lokabut.
Yeah, Lokabut has to sneak in.
So now we're adding him in. Oh.
Just remember this. Anytime Camera Mandy is like, "Oh yeah, Alphinius, stop adding stuff right here."
No,
right here, people.
That was from Alphinius.
I did.
It was communicated by Camera Mandy.
I did do it because
sometimes he does make me do that. Just FYI. Sometimes he does make me go tell you things because he doesn't want to be the one to say it.
Have you all taken medicine today?
Do you see how freaking thick? This is half of them. Because 2 of them together won't fit in the box. We have to split them in half. And now you're getting more.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, by the way, the box is not empty. It is 100% full. That's one of the things that...
Well, we did a mock-up, right, of all the materials to try to see how it would fit. It is pretty tight. So anyway.
I agree with Star. She says at least
Hi,
my
Star.
name is easy to say because it's Brina.
It is true.
Thank you, Brina. My name is also Mara, so
Mara.
also very easy.
No, I think there's an apostrophe in your name. You get disqualified.
It's Mira Maendi. Okay, so anyway,
Mira.
Let's keep going, Mira.
Okay.
Highgarden.
Garden.
Yeah.
This is where Mara resides.
Yeah, so I love Highgarden because, of course, there's all the nobles there and all that stuff, but we have some secret societies, super
political games.
Yeah,
probably won't be on Governor's Isle. They'll probably be in Highgarden.
The really rich people are always kind of in the background, aren't they, Lawrence?
Mm-hmm.
Pulling the strings. Yeah, so there's a lot of that intrigue and all of that kind of stuff.
How much does Bayweather and Highgarden kind of compete in like the social?
It's the new rich and the old rich, right?
Which is still fun.
That's the magnificence of it, right? So, but again, I just love this.
You're a Bridgerton fan.
Oh, I'm definitely a Bogart. That's my place, man. I love that, and it's just got so much potential to be. But it's. I mean, how do you pick from your children? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's kind of like that, because this is and the design is. I hope everybody's looking at this. I mean, the design work is just magnificent. We have really put effort in to make this thing.
We're talking about the layout stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause you.
Yes.
Because we still have like 7 more slides to go.
Yes.
Hashtag Tiamap.
Tiamap.
Tiamap. And it doesn't really matter if it's spelled correctly because I go through and have to do this manually.
Tiamap.
Tiamap.
Tiamandi.
Tiamap. This will give you an entry.
Tiamandi. Haha, yes, that's a dragon.
That'd be a really fun portrait dragon, actually.
Tiamandi.
Oh dear.
Every head has Mandy's face.
Well, I was thinking there's a version of that too, where you can do it with like the McNabs. So if you did like a Tia McNab.
God.
No, somebody got to do that. Take a Tiamat, put Mandy's face on all of them.
It would
Patrick,
actually.
you got this.
Mandy's over here like, F you guys. It would actually be really cool. If you want to do it with me, you can do it with me.
No, it's way better with Tia Mandy.
It is better with Mandy.
Wow.
But if she doesn't embrace it, which she should, because it'd actually be really cool.
So anyway, you learn much about the
Oh,
organization.
wait, I wasn't done with talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
The Tia map will enter you
For both.
for the
Gives you the extra entries.
yes, for the Tiamat and for the Darkenhaven map. However, we will not be rolling it today.
Correct.
We will be rolling the Tiamat on June
In 4 weeks.
Yeah, in 4 weeks.
And then probably
June
5 or
10th.
6 weeks we'll do the big map.
Yes.
And we might do one giveaway in between. I got an idea. But we'll talk about that later.
I'm not stressed. It's fine. Okay, next up.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, so after High Garden, of course, is the High Garden shops, right?
Wow.
And isn't that pretty? The Keyshore did this one.
I do love this art.
Oh,
You
yes.
should reveal the background behind this art, though.
Well, it was the Ove, right? It was the
This,
Ove.
we originally asked the artist for a park, and we got this, which we're like, but it kind of works, so let's send it.
Well, it was the Ove, yeah, because it was going to be a park, and then, but I think we also sent a High Garden. There was another description. I think he just got confused.
Okay, I have to pause because the chat has made something really amazing with the Tia Mandy. Which
Already?
is that
Man, you guys are fast.
No. Like they haven't made it yet. They haven't created it yet. But basically, every Mandy has a different hat, which would also make it a hat.
I agree with
Oh
that.
my
It
God.
would make it a
A
hat
20th
dancer,
lever hat
Tia-
dancer.
Tiamat,
hat
Polymorph
dancer
suits.
Tia Mandy. And that is I could get on board with that.
I told you it'd be awesome.
I just want to be clear. It's not going to be canon, but it's funny.
It's canon.
It's happening.
That's Hatmancers are friggin' magic
Hat
users,
Mancers
right?
works for me.
Right,
Well,
so
no, they have. They basically imbue.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different category, and they basically imbue. They can imbue more than just hats.
Yeah, but once
Call
you
it
get
Hat Mancer.
polymorph, go through 20th level to turn yourself into a Tia Mandy
To be
dragon.
clear, neither Alphinius or Lawrence have read the Hatmancer class, so
100% not. You know how big this thing is and trying to read it all? And I'm not a reader, people. Kids, stay in school.
Yeah, listen to him.
I am
All right.
being shouted at.
Anyway, I love that art.
I have headphones in,
It's got these two magnificent gnomes right in the
Okay.
foreground with the dwarf. I mean, it's really, really good. Yes, and it's got that high end feel. It's very, very. It's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going, Kimberly. Middentown. So Middentown is the commerce, right?
Middentown's
This
cool.
is and of course, yeah, isn't this great? I mean, the Trollis Station and Lawrence. This was Edvard, right? This looks so good, right? It's just.
I have to agree with Kaya that I would also read book 2 first because it's fun to kind of get to know these places before you get to know the lore behind them.
It just depends on your style, in my opinion. And of course, there's a Marvelous Scott, who is the marshal, right there, speaking the 5 flags. Another wonderful essay.
Mhm.
I will give Alphinius props on this Middentown artwork. For 4 weeks, we had an artwork in there that looked like artistically, it just kind of faded into the background, which we're like, oh, looks good. And Alphinius goes, oh, that's not finished. And we're like, what do you mean? And then we get the final, and we're like, oh, that's
Yes,
a good catch.
They had grabbed the old artwork, not the new. Yes.
It was a great, because artistically, it still looked like it just was kind of like there.
Fading off.
That was, I gave a point to Alphinius that day. I was like, that was a good catch.
Okay, so the chat is asking for a novel about the battle between the Tia Mandy and the Alphinia Mat. So
It wouldn't be an alpha mat. It'd be.
It's Alphinia Met.
it's a den thing that they already came up with.
That already came,
Oh.
that came up
in
in the
Patrick
past.
in Patrick's newsletter, you can read about the Alphinia Mat,
Mm.
and yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of weirdness that goes on in the den. If
Also-
you don't follow it, you should.
Also, Middentown takes up like 60 pages of
Yeah,
the
it's huge.
250. It's massive.
Yeah, Middentown. Well, now the others have caught it because we didn't really add to Middentown so much.
I
right?
think it's still.
It's still. I still think it's the biggest. But I don't know if
huge.
Scott's in the. I don't know if Scott's in the chat. But this is one of his portrait, and it's really. Can you-
Kiki has a question. We'll ask if the Darkenhaven submissions are in the box. Wait, what does that mean?
almost every one
Yeah.
of the Darkenhaven submissions are in the box set in the books. Almost everyone.
Yes.
Now you might have been edited a little bit. You might have been adjusted a little bit, but almost everyone is in there.
I know, even the one that I wrote, which
You got edited.
I had no idea what I was doing. So
That's why we had to edit
I'm
it.
really
All
glad.
of mine got edited, and I'm glad that they did.
Yeah, me
'cause-
too. Because I was like, what? Like, I just wanted to be there. I was working with Christy Callis, and I just wanted to be working with her.
Yes.
And then, but I had no idea.
I was actually impressed by it when I read this. I was like, oh, wow, Mandy did a good job.
And
Well,
then you
Dory
learned
Dory
that,
also
then
helps.
you learned
with
that
that,
Dor-
just
then
to
you
be
learned
fair.
that Dory and Christy were involved.
Yeah.
I'm still proud of her.
Yeah. Anyway.
And then we go to Riverside, which is magnificent. And of course, there's a Flava Flams there. You know about Flava Flams, right? So,
Okay, I know what Geeky's asking now.
Oh, Geeky.
Thank you for rephrasing. Yes. So the floor plans, he's asking about the floor plans that were purchased. So like if you purchased a floor plan and it was made for the Gloomport or for Darkenhaven, those are also in the
Yes.
box. And so the box not only comes with all this wonderful materials for the GMs, but then you get 40, I believe. 45? 60?
So we promised 50.
Oh my gosh. Can
How
I
many-
talk about this? Can
Let's
I-
go ahead, Lawrence. How many? We
Oh my
promised, we
gosh.
promised 50, right?
We
So
promised 50, and there was a miscommunication between what 50 floor plans was. Because what ended up happening was 50 buildings, and fun fact, buildings have more than one floor. So all of a sudden I get to go to Alphinius, and he's like, hey, we're good with 50? And I'm like, hey, so we're at 79.
Wait, so you get 79 floor plans?
Correct.
So we are going to be raising the price of the box I will say by Gen Con.
Can I just do this? Can I just say this? Can I say this, cameraman?
This
I want
is
to say
such a freaking
because
good
in
deal.
this chat,
Uh-huh.
right now, in this chat, are a number of people
Uh-huh.
who were here when we did that first Kickstarter and helped us get launched. And it is our honor to give you all this extra stuff that you did not anticipate. And it is our pleasure to do so. All right? It is our pleasure. Thank you for everything you have done to help make this little game company happen.
I
'Cause it
will
couldn't,
carry your
right?
box out to your car because you might not be able to.
I mean, genuinely, this is. My mind is being blown right now.
Anyway, Riverside is, of course, where the university is. In a number of
Carrie's
small-
favorite. This is where Carrie would
Carrie
live.
lives
And
there.
Riverside's dope. And Riverside is one of the wards that by itself, you could do a 1 to 12, level 1 to 12 adventure, easily self-contained.
Yes.
Easily.
Cameraman, grab that piece of artwork that I posted this morning about Riverside. Not the one that has this.
School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
Hold on, I will have to show something in just a second
Okay,
too.
yes, but if you can grab that, that'd be great.
Yes, I will.
So Riverside, of course, is all the students and the university, and Zix Moose is there, right? And of course, Andrew's crazy Technic Artificer, half person, half machine, all that kind of stuff, and others, right, who are all down in there. I think Philip's character is there. I mean, it's wonderful. It's just magnificent.
Carrie did a legit amazing job, and this ward carries water in itself. It's amazing.
Yeah, it really, really
Oh.
does.
Wait, is that right?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
Oh.
desktop.
There we go.
Look
I had
at
to take off
that.
the.
Oh, that looks new.
So I wanted, again, with adding all those pages, I had to add some artworks. So I
Had to, guys.
So I asked
Had
Benjo.
to.
I found a couple of artworks that needed painting over. They needed to be painted over. But I found this one that just felt like a fraternity or sorority house, right? I just felt that it felt like it, and I sent it to Benjo, and I love the kid with glasses in the front with the ponytail, and yes, I did ask him to make the sigil for the house a griffin. Give a little nod to our friend who made Harry Potter, right? So I wanted. Oh, look, it's Tia.
I told you, man, they work quick.
No, this is somebody cut this out. Somebody just searched dragons with
Nope,
that.
I believe somebody just drew that. That's
It
amazing.
has an artist signature.
Yes, that's Tia Happy Matt.
Yes.
Oh
my gosh.
Look at that. Let's go out and have a picnic.
I will for Darkenhaven University, guys. Carrie did an amazing job designing it. It is very flexible. It's very playable for
Yes.
regardless, and absolutely, it's so exciting. If you're a Harry Potter fan, so excited. Jump into Riverside first. Skip everything else. Just go straight to Riverside.
Yeah, Rowling, of course, made such a wonderful world, and we do a lot of this, right? We do a lot of nods to people we admire, and I love the fact that we got that kid in there with the glasses and the long ponytail. It's just great.
It just tickles you.
Tia
It's
Mandy.
like, I
But
wish I
that
had
damn
hair.
frog is going away. That damn
Uh,
frog is going away. And then, of course, Scrivener's Square, which is the last one that we cover. And Scrivener's Square, I have a wonderful artwork for Scrivener's Square that is coming. And Scrivener's Square is where all the barristers and the scribes and the bookmakers and all of that kind of stuff tend to congregate. And so it's your printers and all of that kind of stuff. So it's a great location that people will love.
Are you not counting OTW?
OTW.
Yeah, outside the walls.
Sorry.
It's
That's
coming.
the
It's
last
no,
one.
this
Okay.
but this last section of the city. I apologize.
Okay, gotcha.
So this is then we have the last section, which was next, cameraman.
We are going to go a little bit long, just so everyone
Shocker.
knows. Feel
Who
free
would've
to
thought?
drop if you.
Or hang out because it's a lot of fun, right?
I still have FAQ from the den for Lawrence.
Okay, we'll do that.
Oh,
So
fun.
outside the walls. So outside the walls, of course, speaks to the lighthouse that is, out there, the belfry, and of course the ship. We might move some of this a little bit more to Gloomport as well, but this is the last section of this book, of book 2, and talks about locations and things like that that are outside the walls that I think really add to the city itself. Are you enjoying this chat? I hope so. I hope this has been fun to get a quick little preview, and then we'll give you some more
All right.
over the next couple of weeks as
Yeah.
we go forward.
Let's. So Darkenhaven. Any other final thoughts?
Were there any questions that anyone had? That's more the biggest thing for me, was because you said there were some questions in the chat.
If I missed any questions because I was not watching the chat the full time,
Just hit us up. We'll get them answered inside the den.
or just
Or you can
hit
ask
us-
real
just
quick
ask
right
now.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
that's
put them
right.
back in.
Or just ask right now. Put it back
Yeah,
in.
Because
yeah.
I think Mandy's vamping for time anyway, because she's trying to find your post.
Well, that's really
Well, no, I
understandable.
have her. I'm just trying to get. I'm trying to make it so that way you guys can both be on.
Makes
But
sense.
here's the
Sure.
deal. Here's the deal. If you don't look at the chat and people are typing questions right now,
I'm gonna look in just a second. Just relax.
So
Everyone
my
is-
way in on where to start on Darkenhaven is audiobook. The first book, audiobook, 100%. There's a couple of different applications out there you can go through. They do really good jobs reading through, and surprisingly, they actually do a good job of pronouncing Zyathé words.
Oops.
So I can't pronounce them, but the computer can, which is pretty exciting. So definitely audiobook the first book. I would probably start in book 2 also, but that's just because it's just going to help out with the feel. And then once I get the feel, that's when I can go through and dive into the lore, and then I can kind of move from there. And that's my personal thing.
No,
We
that's
all-
what Kaya suggested as well. And again, I have no horse in this fight. Read it however you want, right? Whatever floats your boat. Yes, that's what I would do. But I love the lore section, of course, because I'm a lore junkie, and it adds, and bringing lore to the table, if you will, right? I think really adds to the experience of the players, because it makes it feel more alive and real, right?
Well, that's what you're going to assess whenever you have your players do. You're going to say, hey, are they passing through? Do I want to make sure I hit them with a few NSREs and then they're moving on out to the Mornwood?
Right.
Or is it, hey guys, this is your campaign setting, so I need to get deep into this. And then with the beautiful thing about how everything's cross referenced, we actually had a big meeting with this yesterday about essentially you can really start anywhere, including like the GM's map pack, the portraits, wherever you can start anywhere, and then everything is linked out from there to be like, okay, let me go hit the NPC cheat sheet. NPC cheat's going to go through and direct me on over here. So however your brain processes information, if it's, hey, I need to look at maps, then the maps are going to go through and go to the notes. If it's the portraits, if it's the NSREs, we've really tried to do all of the note taking for you. So that way, again, I think playable is a great word.
It's playable.
Versus just, hey, here's a giant tome that's leather bound.
Yeah, go get it.
And I have to flip through everything. It's like, nope, it's broken up. You can have exactly what you need for wherever you're working with.
Yeah, no, this is designed for a table. This is not designed to
designed
sit
for
on
play.
your coffee table. That is for sure. This is designed for a game table. Camera Mendy, have you gotten his post up with all the questions?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've had
what
it
about
up.
questions from the chat first about
So any plans for Goo Morning 150? You're getting close.
I know,
Oh, cool.
isn't that
So we
something?
have like 7 more.
We
So
should
it's
do
gonna
another
happen.
party where we destroy Camera Mandy's studio.
Yeah, the problem is that literally it is right before Gen Con, and I am going to be so stressed out that I'm going to say
Yes, Camera Mandy will come through.
we'll hold it till after Gen Con and celebrate after we're done with Gen Con. I'm already
Well,
stressed
belated
about.
birthday.
I'm already stressed about Gen Con, and we just hit the 2-month mark where
We should re-slime Mandy for
Yeah, Mandy should get
100.
slimed.
again. not the crappy slime we did for the first time.
you know what.
All right, any other questions in there?
Okay, a lot of people are talking about the actual audio stuff, and that is another thing that is going to happen,
It is. It's just.
2035.
but it is going to happen after Gen Con. So
It's just.
and after Darkenhaven.
We had to focus
Yes.
on these adjustments and these changes to get Darkenhaven to the pinnacle of where I believe it's going to be, well received by everyone.
Well, we started recording, and then a lot of things
We did.
happened. Bad things happened,
Yes.
and so we are recovering from that. And after Gen Con, because like this next 2 months are going to be like the 2 busiest months of my year.
Gooey Cube will never be not busy ever again. The peek behind the curtain is Darkenhaven. Have you released the title for our special thing for Gen Con?
For GenzaCon.
I don't know yet.
He's still working on it, but you do need a name.
But I'm excited for it because it's going to be a little jaunt.
Mhm.
There's going to be a little. They're not going to be
context. The mini adventure, the
mini-adventure in
third mini adventure.
I call it
for
GenzaCon 3, just to make it easy. GenzaCon 3, Gloomport, Guys and Gax, the other 30 projects that Alphinius has talked about. That's for the little tip of the iceberg.
Monstrica really needs to get done here. We need to get Monstrica going. I want to get that. And of course, we have to do the combined chapter 6 and 7 to finish off the Red
I
Star
would say
Rising
that
campaign.
we need to do that before we do Monstrica, because we got to finish our commitments.
And while Alphinius has a great team, there's still a lot that we still need to learn from
Yes.
his brain and stuff. So he's doing a really good job of teaching us and training us
Thank
up
you,
to the
sir.
point where I can say, hey, yeah, go record with Mandy while we take care of this. And so,
The
yeah, it's-
Gloomport, because of our experience with Darkenhaven, the Gloomport will be much faster and easier. It's still
we have
easier
a lot, we
being
have
the
a lot
operative
of lessons.
word.
We have a lot of lessons learned that we've
Yes.
been capturing as we've been moving through. But I mean,
Because
you
we
saw
had
the
to-
video of me printing out all the labels yesterday,
Yes.
right?
And we had to do a lot of as you know, we had to do a lot of reworking on the design. We had layout issues from a person that was working with us earlier who didn't do quite the job we would have liked to have seen. And so we had to fix all that. So there's been
This
some
crazy
bumps in
guy
the
that
road.
you hired back in November that's just been causing
No,
chaos
you've been helping.
nonstop.
You've been absolutely helping. And of course, there was the last 9 months of my life have not been the greatest, right, because of circumstances.
Anyway, we're looking towards the future, which is all happiness. And we will be doing the podcast with the readings from starting with the Weirded World, and then we will do it. So it is coming.
In the meantime, there's a lot of great applications out there. It does good readings and stuff. It's helped me immensely with doing the edits and everything for being able to listen for content. Definitely not as good as Alphinius, but it's very like, it's not
Just
unbearable.
put a British accent on it. I'm sure that they have like a kind of like Google Maps. You can do a British accent.
They have a ton of different accents that you can do, but
Yeah.
what's really cool about it is like they've done like a bunch of studies, like a deeper voice, whether it's on a man or a woman, is a lot more pleasant to actually listen to. And so they have a bunch of different selections that, even though it's written from an AI and stuff like that, it's very comfortable on your ears.
Here's a question.
Yep.
How is the Gooey Sky Cube?
Great, it's amazing.
Yeah, totally. We haven't started designing. No, that is on the list for the next 2 weeks.
We have
So-
some- we have
Don't we have to order it soon, or else we
Yes,
don't make it in time?
yes, we do. I talked to Steven about this. Other Steven yesterday.
Dude.
So, no, Steven Davis.
Oh, cool, he's gonna knock it. Sweet, that's awesome.
So, anyway, so we're working on it, and we
It
have some
doesn't feel
ideas.
too complicated in terms of design.
We got to make it really good.
It's going to be miles away from people's eyeballs.
I know, but
They
like,
won't be able to see anything.
Yeah, but I mean, we're a detail-oriented company.
yeah, we
Alphinius.
are. And on top of that, like, this thing is going to cost us a lot of money.
It just needs some bones.
So
and
we
a
gotta make
skull,
sure that
and
it
then
looks
the big
good.
Gooey Cube logo on the sides.
I'll do a mock-up in PowerPoint, and I'll show the dad and let you guys judge if we should just print that.
Okay, it's going to be great. Is the answer to that question.
And thank you for the people who actually donated. I did not expect that. You are marvelous. We
Yes.
appreciate that.
And we're going to have your names on the
You
cube.
can actually have your name on the cube.
So,
You will be immortalized on the Sky Cube.
mhm. Andy wants to know what the name of the app is that you use for voice reading.
So I've used 2. Andy Grover.
Yes.
Hey, what's up, man? So I've used 2 that have both worked out very well. Read Era is currently the one that I'm using that I have like my subscription for. However, Natural Reader was also very, very good. If you guys look up for the total number of downloads. That's probably the best thing to go through and go off of as far as doing it. But yeah, Natural Reader and Read Era are the 2 that I've used that have worked out very well for me. Lots of options, lots of features, and it works out good.
Awesome.
Okay. This is the FAQ for Lawrence.
Oh, hi.
Y'all don't have to stay, by the way. This is all just extra content.
Yeah, this is boring
This
stuff
is
here.
bonus
I
content.
haven't really done
I don't
anything
think it'll be
interesting in my
boring.
life.
I think it's going to be great.
Okay, why don't we just start by introducing...
And we never really showed the book either, so I guess we'll have to do that next
Yeah.
week.
Okay, we'll start by why don't we just start right? Why don't you introduce yourself, Lawrence, and how you ended up here?
Okay, so my name is Gooey Lawrence. I am the brother of Cameron Mandy. We took very different life paths. She went to go contribute to society by becoming a director and creating amazing things, and I was too dumb to get into college. So I joined up that organization that lets you blow stuff up, the United States Army. And really took to it. I started off as a combat medic, and then eventually was able to try out for the United States Army Special Forces, and also known as the Green Berets, and got in and did that for 13 years. And then at some point, I think probably about like, I don't know, 11 or not 11, it'd been like 8 years into the thing, my godfather, Alphinius, comes around and goes, hey, dude, we're starting up this amazing company called Gooey Cube.
It's not 8 years ago, but it's close.
Which Godfather has a lot of different like ideas. We're like, okay, yeah, you're going to start up. And then Gooey Cube gets launched up, 100% family, like everybody was on board from the start. My dad's done stuff. My mom helped pack stuff. And so, but because I was full-time in the military, I was only able to loosely assist, essentially. Went over and sold at a couple cons, met some great friends that were around, and then proceeded through with military career, and just that took up a lot of the time and whatnot. And then recently retired, medically retired out of the Army, and I was like, hey, Alphinius, civilians are like really weird, so could you like give me a job to assist me with like learning how to be normal in the workplace?
Has not succeeded.
No, not at all.
It's rough around here.
I definitely have a lot.
We're all going out and doing calisthenics in the morning at 5 a.m. It's hard on the.
There's a lot more yelling. No, but so it's
polishing my boots 4 times a day is starting to get old, though, Lawrence.
Hey, it's important. Okay.
I accidentally pinned a message. Oh wait, unpinned this message.
Yeah, it's pinned on the bottom corner,
Uh,
right down there. Yes, right there. Yes, right there. There it is.
no, it's unpinned.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
Whatever.
But essentially, they brought me on in November. Originally, I was just going to do influencer outreach for guys and gaks, and then just through military training and habits and stuff that I picked up, I just kept on finding more and more stuff to assist with, and eventually Alphinius was like, hey, let's figure out how to bring you on full time. Let's figure out a position for you here. And it's been a crazy adjustment for sure.
Well, the Kickstarter helped. I mean, we couldn't have
yeah.
done it without, if y'all hadn't supported the Guys and Gaks Kickstarter the way you did, we couldn't have done it. So it's wonderful to have you as a project manager and project lead in the things you're doing. It's great to have you here. So what are the questions? We got to do those.
Okay. What is the best corpse, and why is it the officer one?
Oh, the best core.
The best core, not corpse.
Well,
corpse is a dead person, cameraman.
I'm just reading them as they were written, and we were talking about zombies earlier.
CORPS is core.
CORPS.
That's Paul. He's one
That's
of our
how-
great
that's-
friends.
Oh, I don't know anything about the army. So
Yes. So that's Paul. He used to be a logistics officer inside the Army and stuff. Me and him have had some great conversations and stuff. The correct answer, and Paul knows this, is the Warrant Officer Corps, because those guys get out of everything. But
Okay,
yeah,
let's not delve too deep.
I'm not diving too deep. I'm just
Most
saying it's
people
the-
are like, I don't understand this, so we don't need to go too deep.
if
The
you have
warrant-
a guy at your company that you don't mess with, but you also don't know what their job is, that's the Warrant Officer Corps.
Okay, there you know. All right,
So
what's the
that's-
next
so
question
that's-
that's more leading to
that's
actually?
Colt in our.
Yeah, Colt is a little bit. Of a logistics
Okay.
guy.
Why won't Alphinius Goo let the? I didn't read these before I started reading them.
Oh my
Why
gosh.
won't? This is from Patrick. Why won't Alphinius? Sorry, I can't get.
It's about
through
the
it.
snail. Why won't he let the snail rise
Yeah,
to
why
power?
won't let the election go forward? How does he explain the rampant violation of the privacy of the citizens of Darkenhaven with his threatened release of dossiers
Yeah.
on so many individuals and
It's
floor
solid.
plans on their houses? What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen European swallow? I keep answering that damn freaking question. Do not send that to me anymore, people.
Red, no blue. Oh!
I'm putting it in the FAQ. I'm putting it in the FAQ. Sorry, Paul or Patrick. Okay.
I am very tempted to go through and have Carrie mock up an election ballot and sneak it into all of the things just for the Kickstarter ones, just to have fun, because I just want Gooey Cube to just get bombarded with
Oh my
letters.
gosh,
for
we do not
ballots.
need to add another thing.
No more things. All right, what's
Okay.
next, cameraman Dave?
Well, you didn't answer the question. Why won't Alphinius Goo let the election go forward?
I have nothing.
Would
to
you
do.
like a serious answer? or
I
is that
have
a
nothing
funny
to do
answer?
with the election going forward. I am but a candidate. I
Oh,
actually have
okay.
endorsed Gilla Ambrecht. I'm a candidate that endorsed the other candidate.
Oh, you're out of the race. Is what
No,
you're
I'm
saying.
in the race. I
Oh,
just.
okay.
There's
yeah.
always a write-in
endorsed,
spot.
I
Uh-huh.
endorsed Gilla Ambrecht. I think that the snail is backed by your nefarious part of the
Mm-hmm.
Hatters organization. They are trying to take over Darkenhaven for nefarious purposes. They are running a smear campaign against me, running a smear campaign against Gilla Ambrecht.
It's not
And-
happening. I'm sorry. That is like derogatory. Just because
It's not just
just
derogatory,
because
it's
the
true.
snail leaves a little like schmear when he like walks does not mean that you get to use that as a smear
That's
campaign.
our word.
You mean your slimy campaign tactics, cameraman?
Okay. Anyway, when is the Contributors Guild open for Guys and Gex?
So we put it off till we get done with Darkenhaven, and then we're going to begin that process. Luke is in a UK Games Expo, and he comes back, I think, June 6th. And we have a few conversations we have to have, but it's going to come soon in June for sure. And then we're going to have some Discord meetups, which I'm kind of excited about. Although I guess we could do meetups here too as well. Oh God, the TM Andy is showing up next week. Cameraman, save it for next week.
I can't.
Just save it. For
David's in the chat. He said, check your messages.
Save it for next week, Cameraman. Goodness gracious.
It's amazing.
All right, just jump back.
See, I 100% told you guys she was gonna love
Well
it.
done, David. Well
You're
done.
currently answering David's question, and this is
Well done, David.
art from David. Thank you, David. I do love that. Can we put that exactly as is in the Darkenhaven?
No,
Okay.
continue.
Will the Mornwood campaign be available to people who couldn't back the Kickstarter?
Yes.
If so, when? I am working on trying to get it up on the website
And on
on the backer kit
as
this
well.
week. That is
Yep.
for this upcoming week. I have an Asana task, which means that it
Which
is.
doesn't mean anything to anybody else.
It doesn't mean anything to you, but everybody else uses Asana.
Everybody in the chat, I want you guys to tell us exactly what Asana is.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's who you're talking about.
It's a
I thought you meant in the
project
office.
managing
It's a project
software.
managing system.
That's fine.
And so when I say we have an Asana task, it means that I'm not going to lose track of it. That's the important
That's
thing.
the work. So getting it up in the backer kit is my goal for this weekend to go through and get more wooden bundles and everything up on there.
Pam knows. It's a task organizer. Thank you, Pam.
Pam, excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah, Pam doesn't count because Pam's like.
Oh,
Pam's
Pam
an-
counts more
Pam's
than
an
most
organizer?
people.
Is that why she
How-
doesn't count?
Yeah, how
Pam is the
dare
greatest
you?
ever.
No.
I literally, if you guys would let me
Lawrence.
finish, I said Pam is extremely super smart and therefore knows everything. And so,
Oh,
it's
so
like,
that's
it's
why
like,
she
it's like
doesn't
asking
count.
Einstein like a freaking question about something. Like, oh, Einstein shows up to trivia. Yeah, sorry, bro, you can't play. That's Pam.
Okay,
Like,
Pam is pretty
Pam, just
smart.
know you're our favorite. Well, one of our favorites.
Hey, Andy Grover, just remember that she said that.
Andy, you are also our favorite.
Andy, she just dumped you like a hot
100%. 100%.
Anyway, I just had to,
All right,
okay.
what's next? Come on, because people want to go.
They don't.
Yeah,
they're
I know.
loving
If
it.
they're,
If they want to go, they left.
if they're still
The people are
sticking
here, they
around,
want more.
this is the bonus. But Alphinius is like, we got to get to work. Okay.
I do. I'm going home to smoke cigars and write.
When will the snail rise to ascension?
The snail is not rising to
That's from
ascension.
Jen.
Snails can't rise.
Okay.
They slime.
We
That's all
have
snails can
have
do.
some great stuff for you in Darkenhaven regarding the snail. You have to wait. I'm sorry.
Okay. What are you looking forward to at Gen Con most, and why is it meeting me?
Hi, Jen.
We've already met you. We love you.
I don't. Well, so I've met her like on stream and stuff. What am I looking for? I think we're gonna have some great conversations about gaming and mental health, which I'm really looking forward to. The biggest thing that I'm looking forward to over at Gen Con is I haven't told anybody this. So this is a really exciting secret. I want to figure out some kind of memento or tiny little gift that is like a little tradey thing. So I've seen some people do it with like coins. I've seen a bunch of different things where it's like, hey, you like handcraft up something, you have a little bag, and then you can trade the little knickknacks and stuff like that. So I want to figure out something. Hey, you come by the booth, you bring me a little something, a stick of gum, a water bottle, or whatever, and I want to figure out some really fun special gifts to go through and give you as a fun little bartering trade friendship thing.
I have something that you can do that's really easy.
I want to come up to it with myself though, because I want it to be a little bit like.
Oh, okay.
personalized.
Sounds good.
Your idea
I
is
think it should be a
marvelous.
little salt shaker, Lawrence.
It's little salt packets.
Uh,
It's like getting fast food.
So
stuff.
I want to say, how many tickets now for the game show?
well, I don't know. I haven't checked recently.
It's going
We've
it's getting towards 350, I think. Right?
Yeah. Now we only have like 2 tickets left for both Goo Done It and for.
That was a few days ago.
And
They
for-
might be gone.
I checked yesterday.
Oh, they still are.
There's just for some reason 2 tickets on both of those. Tournament of Perils and Fortunes and Goo Done It.
There's only two
Two for
seasons.
There's
each
all
of
these
those.
groups of 3 friends that are just like, dang it.
Yeah, I know. We just missed it. So anyway, but yeah,
And
we
the
have
game
plenty of.
show is well over 300. It's I think approaching 350. at this
Yeah,
point.
we do need to start advertising for that.
Yes, we need to do that.
So that's on the list. Okay. Oh, this is just a comment from Richard. Who
Hi,
is
Richard.
like at a con repping Gooey Cube
Oh,
today?
yeah.
Wearing the
Our
Gooey
shirt, the
Grognard
Grognard
shirt.
shirt. Yes. But he says, damn it, I can't log in at a convention.
Hey,
Have a great
Richard,
session.
love you, bro.
Yeah.
Miss you, Richard.
When you
Me-
watch
me-
this
me and
on
him
the
go back and forth.
reruns, just know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rick is fun.
Okay. What was the toy from your childhood that you always wanted to get but never did?
I actually had to think about this one. It was probably a Game Boy and Pokemon Yellow.
Oh, Pokemon.
So-
That thing was so awesome. Never got it.
I actually wanted the American Girl dolls, and
Oh, I didn't realize this question was for you, Cameron.
hey, this is our
Let her go,
childhood.
Lawrence, you
We
mean
have a
brother.
shared
Mean brother,
childhood.
mean brother.
It's fine. I thought about it too, though. But now I own, because as an adult I went and bought them. I own 7 American Girl dolls. So get your children what they want, or they might have issues when they're grown-ups. Is all I'm saying. So
You think that was the catalyst for your issues? Not getting American Girl dolls? I'm just curious.
All right, let's keep going. Brother-sister thing going on right now. Continue
Okay.
forward.
More serious question. As a 5th level character, what area of Zyathé would scare you and why? That's a
Mornwood.
great question, Joe.
Joe Mornwood.
Or the Vile Desolation.
Absolutely. Well, the thing is, this is what is so magnificent about the Republic, right? The Republic has all these places, but right on the border is that Vile Desolation and Kalmavik and all that is going on up there. And they're coming across the river, which, of course, in our home games, as you know, my friend, we're playing in the Buunderland, which is right at the edge of the Vile Desolation, which is magnificent. Yes, indeed. All right, is that it, Cameron Mendy?
Nope.
Oh, we got
There are a
more.
bunch of people comment on it.
I know you got good comments.
I have 2 more, but one of them has many questions. Okay. When will Fabio's next book be out? I think someone is writing. I saw.
There's a lot of
I
steamy
haven't-
stories out there.
I haven't read it because Uncle Fabio's life in private life is his own business, and I just don't want to know about it.
Uncle Alfabio. This is still bothering me.
Uncle Fabio, Uncle Alphinius.
So
Yes.
is Alphinius, and so is this canonical that
No.
Miramandy is actually
No, but
the-
it's your portrait and your
I think it's like how you're our uncle, but you're not blood related to us.
and there's just things you don't want to know about your family sometimes. That's all I'm saying. I mean,
I still
Or your
so
boss.
listen, y'all know
Yeah.
y'all know that
I support-
Mandy and Steven and Lawrence and the rest of them have snuck Alfabio into Darkenhaven.
I think
the
Carrie
that was
was
Carrie. That
Carrie
was
was the
all
main
Okay, they're right.
perpetrator
Carrie
of
was the
that.
perpetrator behind it. She was the key.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, Mandy, you know you have like a box that's like in the screen, right?
down on the left-hand corner.
No, I don't.
Okay.
It's not playing. It's just on. Sometimes
it.
stuff on this screen doesn't show on that.
Okay,
screen.
good.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
Yes. Okay. Last one. Wait,
Last
when
one.
when is the next book coming out?
Which next?
Whenever a fan writes it.
Alfabio.
It's all fan
I
fiction.
don't know.
okay.
Next Alfabio.
Somebody
I'm
drop a
not
link to the Gooey
involved
Cube
in the
fan
crafting of
fiction.
Alfabio's steamy stories.
To be clear, Miramandia is not related in any way, shape, or form to Alphinius or
Alfabio's next appearance will be at Gen Con.
So
Yes, I've heard this.
Yes.
There'll probably be 6 or 7 Alfabios.
That's also true.
yes. Okay, just making sure. Okay, who killed JFK? Is Bigfoot real? Where are the aliens? Will AI take over the world? How many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Roll Pop? Should I have taken that left turn in Albuquerque? Do you want to build a snowman? And finally, where's the beef?
So the CIA. What was the next one? Where the aliens?
Is Bigfoot real?
Is Bigfoot real? Yes.
Where are the aliens?
At home. Why are you bothering?
Why,
me?
why do aliens want to come over here when they could
This-
just hang out and watch TV on
The
Saturday?
same reason we want to go over there. Social creatures. We want to say hi.
How many licks does it take to get to the center? Of
I
the
think
Tootsie Roll Pop?
Stanford did a study on that. It's like 317.
It's already been
Ugh.
established that it's 3. A 1, a 2, a 3. Yes, 3.
That was a very good impression.
Yes, thank
It
you.
was a solid marketing campaign.
Should I have taken that left turn in Albuquerque?
No, because you wouldn't have gotten where you want to go.
Big mistake.
Okay. Do you want to build a snowman?
No, because get wet. I want
And
to
your fingers get cold, and then you look at them and it's got the carrot sticking out, and you're like, that's just really
I'd
was a
rather go
waste of a
skiing.
carrot.
Skiing and then hot springs afterwards.
All right, is that it, Camera Mandy? Can we sign out?
And finally, where's the beef?
Where is the beef?
Wendy's. We all know that because Clara did it, right?
I have the beef.
Oh God.
Camera Mandy had a little vomit coming
Yeah,
from the back of her throat.
Ugh.
All right.
Anyway,
The Weirded World, we will show a little more of it next week, but it really is nice. The leather, the faux leather feels great. It's the right foil stamping. It's got a nice tone to it, and so all of these are coming, and there won't be many of them, but we're excited to bring them forward for our people in the Kickstarter. What else, Camera Mandy? Is that it?
Haunted Wolf, if you're still in the chat, I think you have filled out the prize form, gooeycube.com/prizes, because the. But if not, please go fill out the prize form. But I'm pretty positive I have your info. So anyway.
All right.
We love you guys. If you ever have any issues with any of your orders, please message me on Facebook at Lawrence@GooeyCube.com, Adventures@GooeyCube.com. Me and Mel always want to make sure you get the best. And if there's any issues, let us know and we'll fix it.
And if you have any problems with any of the videos, just write to Camera Mandy. She takes hate mail all the time now.
I do. I appreciate it.
It's mostly from Alphinius.
I grow better from my hate
I read her
mail.
46 emails last week.
There were lots of all caps, lots of exclamation points.
My friends, thank you for being with us on Saturday. We appreciate you very much. Thank you for staying long, and may all your adventures be sticky. Aha.